Alright, so the first thing we gotta do is take this timing chain off. And we'll look down here. See, I think way down in here there's two, I don't know if they're 8s or 10s for the timing chain tensioner. So we gotta take that out. So let me see if those are 10s. Yeah, they're 10s. So let me get a socket wrench.
Lighten up, take me on your magic river. Tell me all your dreams align. Sign me up and tell me about the people that you know who are trying to feel alive. Life can get hard, so honey, if you need to cry.
There we go. There's our timing gear. It's off. All right. Now we're just ready to start tearing her down.
Just come share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. I wanna hear about everything you're ever thinking. You know that I can take the truth. And call me out if you think I'm never slipping. Maybe I can turn it around. Oh yeah. Baby, if you want us, you know time is on our side. If things are gonna haunt us, we'll just have to put aside. And I'm right here if you just need to cry. Come love, share my pillow and rain, rain, go away. Been some time since you fixed me. I'll never forget your time. I know if I need it, you'll always believe my eyes.
Alright, I got her pretty much cleaned up as good as I'm going to get it cleaned up. The rest is just going to have to burn off when it gets running. Oh boy. Alright folks, I cleaned it off. I cleaned off the pistons. I blew out the head bolt holes, all the sludge out of them. I went ahead and let it drain most of the sludge out of the head. I unhooked the radiator hose just to get it lower. Again, we're just going to fill this up with water and Dawn dishwashing liquid once we get it running. Flush the cooling system out several times and then fill her up with some coolant. But the head gasket surface is clean. I sprayed it down with some brake clean really good, cleaned it. I had to get a nozzle and blow out the sludgy stuff out of all the head bolt holes. It was just a nightmare. And I cleaned off the top of the pistons a little too. So now I've turned my crankshaft 90 degrees to the right. You can turn it to the right or the left, it doesn't matter. But that puts the pistons all in the middle, right? And you want to do this until you get your head on and get it put into its time where it's on the compression stroke for number 1. Because otherwise you can have a valve hit a piston and bend it. So with that, I think we're ready to get the head gasket out and bolt this baby on. And we gotta see which way it goes. Does not go that way. It might go this way. Okay, here's our head. Don't wait to turn it. This bracket's holding us up. Just bend that out a little bit. Move this intake a little more. There we go. Now we're in there. Okay. So you want to keep it sliding on top of the dowel pins and keep the back part picked up until she drops down on there. She's kind of a tight fit to get in there with the intake and everything still on it, but she is in there now. So now let me go get the head bolts from the junkyard. Also, the junkyard head, when I pulled it, it pulled all of the exhaust manifold studs out of the head and kept the bolts on. So I did keep all those too, and I'll just reuse those. Okay, so here's my head bolts from the junkyard. From this head when I pulled it. And what I'll do is lube them all down, lube the threads down really good. And just wipe the lube up here too, so that they go in there nice and easy. You want them to be lubed so when you're torquing them, they're not hanging up on chunky threads or anything. Okay, so I got my torque order wrote down on this little guy. My first pass is 22, my second pass is 33. Then it says plus 90 on the second pass. But I'm just going to go through and do 90 after I torque them all to 33. It'll just be easier that way. I have my cheap Harbor Freight impact or cheap Harbor Freight torque wrench and my little torque angle meter. Really, 90, you can pretty much guesstimate that you don't need the torque angle meter. But we'll go ahead and torque these down to 22. So you want to hold your torque wrench out towards the end and don't hold up here, hold your extension until it clicks. It clicked. Now we'll do 2. It clicked. Okay, now we're at 33. Two. Okay, so now what I like to do is mark my bolts. Because if you get interrupted, you won't know if you've turned it 90 yet or not. You can always check with the torque wrench if it's torqued, but you can't know whether you turned it 90 degrees or not yet. All right, so now we're just going to mark our bolts, and we'll mark on the bolt and the cylinder block head. So what we have is our torque angle meter. We hook that up somewhere. We hook this thing up. And then I've got it marked off from green from 0 to 90. Put a little green on there. We're just going to come down in here and turn them on 90. The way you want to do this is put your socket on. Put this on. Turn it a little, and then you'll set this for your 0 degrees. And now you'll be able to see where 90 is. And we might want to actually move this where we can see it a little easier. It might be kind of hard to move it there. All right, now we're going to turn our 90. Just a little more. There we go. All right, there we go. Well, we are all set. Head is on.